Okay, now we are going to see about the second Anglo-Mysore War. The second Anglo-Mysore War causes. The English did not fulfill the terms of the Treaty of 1769 when Hyder's territories were attacked in 1771 by Marathas. Either did not get help from the British. So, what is the reason? What is the reason for the Anglo-Mysore War, second Anglo-Mysore War? So, first reason is the English failed to fulfill the treaty. So, the English failed to fulfill the treaty. What treaty? The treaty made in 1769. So, when the Marathas invaded Hyder Ali in 1771. So, in the treaty, the British did not help Hyder Ali under the Marathas treaty, under the Madras Treaty. So that is so the English did not fulfill the terms of the Treaty of 1769 when either territories were attacked in 1771. So the English failed to fulfill the treaty that made in 1769 when the Marathas invaded Hyder Ali in 1771. Also, the British did not help Hyder Ali. British did not help Hyder Ali under the Madras Treaty. And then second one is British captured Magi, a French settlement within Hyder's jurisdiction. It led to the formation of an alliance by either with the Nizam and Marathas against the English in 1779. So Magi is the one place. So the Magi was captured by British, were in the French colony. So Magi was captured by the British in the French colony under Hyder Ali's rule. So the event saw the formation of an alliance of. So this event is a main reason for formation of an alliance of the Hyderabad Nizam and Hyder Ali and the Marathas against British. Yeah. So the main one is the Magi place. The Magi was captured by British. So this is the main reason for the formation of the three teams. So against British. So what are the three teams? Three teams are Hyderabad Nizam, Hyder Ali and Marathis. So they are team up and against British. And then course. So in 1781, the British General Sir Eyrecourt defeated Hyder Ali at Porto Nova. The Mysore forces suffered another defeat at Solinger. Hyder Ali died of cancer during the course of the war. After the death of Hyder Ali in 1782, his son Tipu Sultan continued the war against the English. So in 1781, the English general, so the British general defeated Hyder Ali were at Parangipet. So Porto Nova, which is also called as Parangipetai. So in the 1781, the English general, the British general defeated Hyder Ali were at Parangipete, and also Mysore forces also lost at Solinger. Mysore forces also lost at Solinger, and then Hyder Ali died of cancer in 1789. Uh, so Hyder Ali died of cancer during that war. So during that war time, so after Hyder Ali's death, his son name is Tipu Sultan. So his son Tipu Sultan continued the war against British, and then Tipu captured Brigadier Matthews, the supreme commander of the British forces, along with his soldiers in 1793. It was a serious loss to Tipu. Okay, so in 1783, Tipu arrested the English general Matthew and his forces. So this later backfired on Tipu. So what is the thing is causes? So what is the cause? So in the 1781, the English general defeated Hyder Ali at Parangipet, and also Mysore forces lost at Solinger. So there are two events. So during that war, Hyder Ali died of cancer. So during that war time, Hyder Ali died of cancer. So after Hyder Ali's death, his son name is Tipu Sultan. So Tipu Sultan continued that war. So continued that war against the British. And also Tipu arrested the English general Matthews. So Tipu arrested the English general Matthews and his forces, but this incident later backfired on Tipu. Okay, and then look at the Treaty of Mangalore. On 7th March 1784, the Treaty of Mangalore was signed between the two parties. Both agreed to return the conquered territories and also the prize zones of war. So, Mangalore, Treaty of Mangalore. In 1784, March 7, this treaty, yeah, okay, which treaty? Mangalore Treaty. So, Mangalore Treaty was signed between two peoples. One is Tipu, another one is British. So, the Mangalore Treaty was signed between Tipu and British. It was it was written as a treaty that. So what is the thing in that what is the thing what was the thing in the treaty? So both sides would return the areas captured during the war. Yeah, during that war, they were captured many places. So according to this treaty, both sides would return. So both sides would return the areas that captured during this war and also release the prize owners of war. So release the prize owners of war. Okay. So thus Warren Hastings saved the newly established British dominion from the wrath of powerful enemies like Marathas and Hyder Ali. When the British lost their colonies in America and elsewhere, Warren Hastings lost nothing in India. Instead, he consolidated the British power in India. So, what is the main? So, in this war, the Governor General. So, in this time, the Governor General defended the British domination. So, Governor General defended the British domination from the powerful enemies of Hyder Ali and Marathas. Although Britain lost their immigration in the US during this time, but they did not lose anything in India. Instead, they consolidated the British rule in India. So, clear the Treaty of Mangalore. So, this treaty was signed between Tipu and British, and also in this treaty, according to this treaty, both sides should return. So, would return the areas captured by during the war, and also release the prisoners of war. So, this is according to that war. Okay. So in this war, the Governor General, so the British Governor General, so the British Governor General defended the British domination from the powerful enemies. Who are the powerful enemies? Hyder Ali and Marathas. So the British Governor General defended the British domination from the Hyder Ali and Marathas. Although Britain lost their immigration in the US. So in the US, Britain lost their immigration, but in India, they did not lose anything in India. Yeah, they did not lose anything in India. Instead of they losing, they consolidated the British rule in India. So they consolidated British rule in India, and then third Anglo-Mysore War causes. Tipu was trying to seek alliance of foreign powers against the English, and for that purpose he had sent his ambassadors to France and Turkey. Tipu attacked on Tiruvangur in 1789, whose ruler was an ally of the British. The English, the Nizam, and the Marathis entered into a triple alliance against Mysore. So, third Anglo-Mysore War. The third Anglo-Mysore War. So, what is the reason? What is the reason of this? What is the reason of this war? After the Treaty of Mangalore, Tipu Sultan sent his soldiers to Turkey and France. When after the Treaty of Mangalore, Tipu Sultan sent his two soldiers to the different countries like Turkey, France. Why? To form an alliance against British. So this is the main reason. Okay. So after the Treaty of Mangalore, Tipu Sultan sent his soldiers to the different nation like Turkey, France, Why? To form an alliance against British. And also, Tipu Sultan invaded the British alliance with the princely state of Tiruvidampur. So during this time, British formed an alliance. So during that time, British formed an alliance with Marathas and Hyderabad Nizam against Tipu Sultan. Okay, so Tipu Sultan invaded the British alliance, but during that time, British planned. So British planned. What is a plan? What was a plan? So the plan was the British formed an alliance with the Marathas and Hyderabad Nizam against Tipu Sultan. So what is the course? What is the course for Third Anglo-Mysore War? Tipu fought alone, which continued for 2 years. It was fought in three phases. The attack of the English under General Meadows failed. Therefore, in December 1790, Cornwallis himself took the command of the army. Cornwallis captured all the hill forts which obstructed his advance towards Srirangapatnam and reached near its outer wall. Tipu felt desperate and opened negotiations with the English. Cornwallis agreed and the Treaty of Srirangapatnam was concluded in 1792. So causes. So Tipu Sultan in that war, Tipu Sultan fought alone. So Tipu Sultan fought alone in the war against enemies. And also this battle held in three phases. So the attack led by the commander ended. So there was one attack. That attack led by commander. That attack ended in defeat only. So thus in 1790, Cornwallis led himself. After that defeat, Cornwallis led himself. So Cornwallis captured all the forts. Cornwallis captured all the forts that were an obstacle to attack Srirangapatnam. So those forts are problems to attack Srirangapatnam. That's why Cornwallis captured all the forts that were an obstacle to attack Srirangapatnam. Disappointed Tipu Sultan negotiated with the British. So after Tipu Sultan knew the power of Cornwallis, Tipu Sultan had disappointed. So and then Tipu Sultan negotiated with the British. So Cornwallis, yeah, after that Cornwallis accepted it. So Cornwallis accepted it and also signed the Treaty of Srirangapatnam with Tipu Sultan. Okay, so Tipu Sultan, after the Tipu Sultan knew the power of Cornwallis, so Tipu Sultan came to sign the contract with British. So the Cornwallis accepted it and also signed the Treaty of Srirangapatnam with Tipu Sultan. So Treaty of Srirangapatnam. Treaty of Srirangapatnam. So Srirangapatnam Treaty held on 1792, signed in 1792. Tipu surrendered half of his kingdom to the allies, and Tipu agreed to pay 3.6 crore of rupees to the English as for indemnity and surrendered two of his sons as hostages to the English. The English acquired Malabar, Coorg, Dindigul and Baramal. Okay. Srirangapatnam Treaty, Treaty of Srirangapatnam. According to this treaty, Tipu gave half of his territory, so half of his kingdom. Okay, Tipu gave half of his kingdom to the British. According to this treaty, he was forced to pay. Okay, next one is he was forced to pay 3.6 crore rupees in war compensation and also hand over his two sons to the British as hostages. So first one is according to this treaty, Tipu gave half of his kingdom to the British, and then Tipu was forced to pay. Tipu was forced to pay 3.6 crore rupees in war compensation, and not only that, also he have to also British said that he have to hand over his two sons to the British as hostages. Thus, the British got areas and also the British got some areas. The British got some areas like Malabar, Coog, Dindigul, and Coimbatore and Salem. So look at that Baramagal. Baramagal means Coimbatore and Salem. So this is the end of the third Anglo-Mysore War. And then the fourth Anglo-Mysore War. Tipu Sultan did not forget the humiliating Treaty of Srirangapatnam imposed upon him by Cornwallis in 1790. Yeah. Tipu Sultan did not forget the humiliating Treaty of Srirangapatnam. Yeah, that is, Tipu Sultan did not forget the humiliation of him, Cornwallis, during the Srirangapatna Treaty. So, okay, next one is the reason for the Fourth Anglo-Mysore War. Causes. Tipu sought alliance with foreign powers against the English and sent ambassadors to the Arabia, Turkey, Afghanistan, and the French. And then Tipu was in correspondence with Napoleon, who invaded Egypt at that time. The French officers came to Srirangapatnam, where they founded a Jacobean club and planted the tree of liberty. So reasons for the causes for the fourth Anglo-Mysore War. So first of all, Tipu Sultan once again sent his troops to different countries, to different nations such as France, Turkey, Afghanistan, Arabia. Why? Seeking foreign alliances against who? Against British. And also they were associated, and also Tipu Sultan was associated with Napoleon. So Napoleon, who had invaded Egypt at that time. Third one is French officials visited the Srirangapatnam. So French officers were visited Srirangapatnam, and also there they established the Jacobean Society. So Jacobean club, and also they established a freedom tree. So freedom of liberty. So these three reasons for fourth Anglo-Mysore War. First one is Tipu Sultan once again sent his troops to other countries, France, Turkey, Afghanistan, Arabia, while seeking a foreign alliances against the British. Second one is Tipu Sultan also had a friendship with Napoleon, but at that time the Napoleon invaded Egypt. At that time the Napoleon invaded Egypt. So this is the reason for fourth Anglo-Mysore War. And third one is French officials. So French higher officers visited the Srirangapatnam and established the Jacobean Society there. And also they established the what tree? Liberty. So tree of liberty. Yeah. After that, course, Wellesley declared war against Tipu. Wellesley declared war against Tipu in 1799. The war was short and decisive. As planned, the Bombay army under General Stuart invaded Mysore from the west. The Madras army, which was led by the Governor General's brother Arthur, Arthur Wellesley, forced Tipu to retreat to his capital Srirangapatnam. On 4th May 1799, Srirangapatnam was captured. Tipu fought bravely, and also he was killed finally. Thus ended the Fourth Mysore War, and the whole of Mysore lay prostrate before the British. Okay, look at the course of the Fourth Anglo-Mysore War. So in 1799, the Lord Wellesley waged the war on Tipu Sultan. So in 1799, Lord Wellesley waged the war on Tipu Sultan. So the war was very short and decisive. So the war was lasted very short. So the Bombay army invaded West Mysore. So Bombay army invaded the West Mysore. This is one of the best plan. Already they had planned. So the Bombay army invaded the West Mysore as they had planned. It was at this time the Madras army led by Arthur Wellesley. So the Madras army led by Arthur Wellesley So he invaded Tipu Sultan. So look at that. Arthur Wellesley also invaded the Tipu Sultan. So in that time, Tipu returned to his capital Srirangapattinam. So in the time Tipu returned to his capital Srirangapattinam. After that, Srirangapatna captured in 1799, May 4. So Tipu Sultan fought valiantly. So Tipu Sultan fought bravely, but also in the end, he killed. Yeah, he killed by British. Thus ended the fourth Mysore War, fourth Anglo-Mysore War, and after this war, so after Tipu Sultan death, the total Mysore surrendered to the British. So the total Mysore surrendered to the British. So this is the end of the fourth Anglo-Mysore War.